Hey guys, it's SansCorpsTarot and I'm back with another video. Oh look, my cat's making a little debut. Well, today we are going to be looking at who around you has a crush on you. And this is sort of inspired by like just the springtime energy, a lot of new energy, a lot of fun energy, lighthearted. Springtime also, a lot of birth, a lot of new beginnings. So these are 3 groups for you to pick from. So pile 1, this will be your group. If you resonate with this little springtime figure, you can choose pile number 1. Pile number 2, this is your group, this little duck. And then pile number 3, this is your group, this bunny, this beanie baby bunny. So you guys can take a moment, see what energy resonates most with you, or maybe most with like maybe a person you have in mind. Maybe you want to, use this reading to just like confirm if like a person that you like has a crush on you back or something like that. But regardless, take your time and I'll see you guys in your readings. Bye. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. If you guys chose this bunny, this will be your reading for who around you has a crush on you. And so this is really meant to be like a new energy type reading, but who knows what'll come through. But this is sort of intended to be like fresh energy. So maybe even if it is someone from your past, like it's meant to be someone who maybe was like, far enough ago that there would be able to have like a news cycle come along. But let's see what the energy is. So let's see, pile 1, who has a crush on them? So my spirit guides, pile 1 spirit guides, let's get some cards just about who around you guys has an eye on you romantically. Ooh, those 2 cards just sort of, they jumped out. So it was the moon and the, oh my gosh, cards just keep jumping out. And I feel like I haven't really contained the energy enough. Ace of Wands and the moon, so that's like, the moon is very secretive energy. The Ace of Wands is like new energy. My cat just cannot get enough of this reading, I guess. But those cards came out just like too quickly, so I want to like try and just channel that energy a little bit more, like see something else, see what else comes out, but I'll keep those cards in mind, of course. The other ones, I think there was like a Queen of Pentacles that had come out before. We've been having a lot of 2 cards coming out at once, which is very interesting coming for like a love reading, because 2 cards, pairs, it just makes me think of like a couple, obviously. So right here we have the 4 of Wands and we have the King of Cups. So the 4 of Wands is like a very celebratory card. It can indicate like, maybe further commitments with something. It's not like always like a new start. It's not a new start, but it's a new milestone in an existing journey, and it's like a wonderful milestone. Maybe it's not like the full picture, maybe it's not the 10 of Cups, maybe you're not like, you don't have everything you've ever dreamed of, but it's, making a significant step, taking a significant step towards making the life that you want. And so I have the 4 of Wands and the King of Cups. So around you, this sort of almost tells me or makes me feel like this is someone who you sort of already have some level of a relationship with. So like right here, it's almost very emotional based. So it almost makes me feel like this is a friend around you. Maybe this is a friend, someone who maybe you just recently really solidified that friendship with. Maybe there was like a recent turning point in this relationship where like you guys really leaned on each other or had like a moment of intimacy that sort of like brought you guys together, like platonically, maybe you thought, but just with the King of Cups, this is telling me this is someone who's sort of established himself in your life as someone who's dependable, reliable, someone who is emotionally secure, emotionally mature, no glaring red flags unseen, no glaring toxicity. So if there's someone in your mind that you're friends with that you're like, I would never ever ever want to date them, like they're not at all like a healthy, wholesome relationship type energy that I would want to engage with, this is probably not talking about them. This is probably talking about someone else. I'm getting more of like a calm, even keeled energy with this. And so I have Justice and came out reversed. And so maybe this is someone who maybe in the past things were a little bit imbalanced. Maybe this is someone who you gave sort of more energy to them. Maybe they gave more to you. Maybe this is someone who you actually know that they have a crush on you. Maybe it's sort of obvious just with their mannerisms or how they act or behave towards you. Because I'm getting that this is someone who's like kind of, you know, maybe a little bit stoic, maybe a little bit reserved. Maybe they're not super like emotionally just like expressive. They seem to be emotionally aware, but they seem to also hold those cards kind of close to their chest. And so with Justice reverse, I'm just thinking like maybe especially like this turning point, maybe this milestone that was reached recently was like, maybe the scales are becoming a little bit more balanced. Maybe this person is giving you a little bit more. Maybe this is even like a work colleague who recently like you guys had maybe just like a more emotional, intimate conversation, and you started to realize, okay, maybe there's like actually an opportunity for like a relationship or a friendship here or something. But this does seem like someone that is currently in the friend zone, not anyone that you've had any sort of like romantic past with, is what it seems. Queen of Wands, it came out reversed first, or it came out reversed. I like recognize the energy of reverse cards, but I don't like put them reverse, just honestly for like ease of me looking at it and you guys. But so Queen of Wands, it's interesting because I'm seeing like a cat here, a black cat that really reminds me of the cat that had been just like sort of tormenting this reading earlier. Thankfully she found something else to occupy her time with right now. But with this black cat, and the Queen of Wands, this looks like someone who is ready for new energy, wanting new energy. Maybe they're not so much in the maybe they're not in the energy of like being ready to actually take the steps to initiate, but it seems like they're almost like trying to set up the puzzle pieces so that it would all fall into place for you guys to like eventually, you know, develop romantic feelings for each other. So basically it feels like they're not like in the mode of, you know, asking you out on a date, but they are in the mode of like, okay, I'm gonna do things to intentionally maybe like get closer to this person with intentions of eventually dating them long term. Like maybe they're not doing it sort of like very directly or explicitly, they're doing it kind of like indirectly, you know. They're kind of like, they're trying to set the stage for you guys to have a friends or colleagues to lovers type relationship without like explicitly asking you and having just and laying all the cards out on the table and potentially getting rejected on the spot. So with the Queen of Wands, especially coming out reversed, it seems like they're wanting to put the vibes out. They're wanting to give you guys signs. They're wanting to progress things forward, but it also doesn't seem like they're wanting to give you such overt signs. They're wanting to just show you that they care. But this is almost giving me the energy of like they're kind of standing back and they're wanting you to make a move, or they'd be a little bit more comfortable with you making a move. Oh my gosh, I said that. Four of Swords, it did come out reversed, so that tells me that like they're not stuck in this energy. They're not committed to this energy. Like maybe this isn't an energy that they're consciously thinking of. Like maybe they're not consciously thinking like, I do not want to ask them out because I am afraid. I want them to, and that will make me feel way more secure. Instead, they're thinking like, oh yeah, I like this person. No, I don't want to ask them out, like maybe the time's not right, or we're coworkers, I don't want to cross that boundary, or oh, we're friends, I don't like want to risk the friendship. But you know, if they're willing to risk the friendship, then like, okay, I just need that reassurance. So this is almost giving me the energy of like, they're trying to play dead, they're trying to play asleep, and they're like trying to also give you the signals to like come to them, like spark up conversation them yourself, like for you to almost bite. It seems like they're trying to bait you almost, and not in like a manipulative way. It's not conscious. It's pretty unconscious, pretty subconscious, but I mean, it is definitely an indirect energy, but it also feels like an indirect energy that is caused by like, yeah, some pre-existing relationship that you guys already have with each other, whether that's like you guys are friends, you're coworkers, maybe you guys like live in the same building, you're like neighbors or something, maybe like your acquaintances, maybe it's like you're not exactly coworkers, but you like work in the same like area or profession, or there's just like some line that you guys are just like not sure if you're wanting to cross, because you like, maybe you know that you guys have a good relationship in that one area of your life, but they're like, they don't know if, and you don't know maybe if like that would be able to be generalized or like transferred over into like the romantic. So they're just a little bit apprehensive. And then the Page of Swords, but look at that, they're apprehensive, but they're still willing to communicate. They're willing to communicate, but it's just not going to be that strong direct communication. It is, however, going to be you know, like oh, you know, like maybe I need help on this project, like are you willing to help? Or oh, like I see that you're like putting up like something in your home, like a painting or something. Oh, do you need like a hand help with that? You know, it seems like they're trying to like very much put themselves in your energy, trying to like solidify themselves as like someone you can rely on. And that seems to be like genuinely like true. Like it seems like they do have that energy, but it also seems like they're not fully yet willing to risk their ego and the potential rejection, it seems. You know, it seems like they don't know if you're gonna like them romantically. They know that you like them as a colleague or a neighbor or a friend, but they just don't know. They don't know about that romantic aspect. So let's get some advice. Oh look, that cat came back. My cats. Let's get some advice for you guys to just see, you know, pile one, like this energy, you know, what's going on? What should they keep in mind? Just anything at all. Because this is someone who has a crush on them, but, you know, this reading isn't like intended to like see further than that, you know? Like I'm not trying to see if this person's like someone who's good for you, someone you like. This is just like an energy of who likes you. And so let's see, pile one. Spirit, do you guys have anything? You guys have anything to like say? Anything? Any words of advice? Anything that they should keep in mind? This person is stoic, they're reserved, but they're also like, they're emotionally mature, they're emotionally aware. Maybe they give you advice and it's like actually good advice, and maybe like that's actually like that thing that recently happened. Like maybe you actually went to them for something and they actually like, they were there for you, they gave you pretty good advice. But it also seems like they're not yet ready to like completely put their ego aside and like risk potentially getting rejected by you by saying like, hey, I like you, do you like me back? Instead, it looks like they're just trying to like, they're trying to bait you for you to like almost more or less do that for them, you know? Maybe they're not looking for you to like actually say that you like them. Maybe they're looking for you to just like kiss them, like, you know, hook up with them, like go on a date. It seems like someone who, honestly, this seems like someone who is not going to be going down the traditional courtship process. And we got no. Yeah, so they're not going to be going down the traditional courtship process. They're not going to be, you know, asking for your hand. They're not going to be all hands off before making it exclusive with you. They're not going to court you. They're not going to, it seems like they don't have like marriage in mind right now. It seems like they're mature emotionally. It also seems like they have just some other stuff going on. Like maybe it's literally just like wants, values, priorities, but it seems like right now they're not really looking like to date exclusively, to get in a committed relationship, to see something long term. Like they like you and maybe they want to see where that goes, but they're not wanting anything committed. They're not, or at least nothing committed is going to come of this. Compassion. And I think that's to say like, okay, nothing committed is going to come of this right now. And that's not to say like not ever, but it is to say like the people that you guys are right now, the people that this person is this person is right now, they will not be in a committed relationship. Some intense things will have to happen. You know, compassion, like it seems like they're actually going through something. It seems like they have maybe other layers to them, other things they have to consider when, or their psyche has to consider when seeing if it's like safe for them to allow themselves to be vulnerable in a relationship. It seems like they may just have some like actual like deeper rooted walls up like against commitment. This is not anything with you. It seems like this is something about this person and their comfort level with their feelings and their willingness to put themselves into a position to potentially be rejected, their willingness to be vulnerable, their willingness to go through like the trenches in a relationship. It seems like this person is sort of like wanting to keep themselves safe from a lot of hurt, and it seems like it comes from a place of hurt. So this is not to say anything negative about them. It's not to say, oh, they're an F-boy, they're not ready for commitment. No, this is someone who's like, maybe they're even like wanting commitment on paper. Maybe they're telling people, I'm looking for my person, I'm looking for my soulmate. But this is someone who's not quite there yet. This is someone who will have to go through something significant. You guys will have to separate. You guys would have to have time apart, grow, change in order for there to be a committed relationship between you two. So it's not that it's completely out of the cards if that's something you want, if this is something or someone you're really in love with, but it's just that big change would have to happen. So pile one, of course, take only what resonates. You know, this really could just be someone who's like has a crush on you, you don't have any feelings for them, and we can leave it at that. You know, like we don't have to read into this any more than this being someone who has a crush on you, you know? So I'll leave it there for you. If you guys want to listen to another pile, more than welcome. You guys absolutely can have messages in another pile. There could be more than one person who has their eye on you, who has a crush on you. But I will leave it there. I will see you guys in the next reading. Please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye. Hey, pile 2. If you guys chose this cute little duck, this is going to be your reading about what energy around you, who around you has a crush on you. So let's just get right into it. So pile 2 spirit guides, my spirit guides of unconditional love and support, you know, help us tune in to the energy of whoever has a crush on pile number 2. Okay. Ooh, so we got some cards that came out like right away, and then also some cards came out right away. 2 cards came out of the deck right away, the King of Wands, and then the Moon upright or upside down. But then also I see the 7 of Swords just sort of like flipped over on the deck. It didn't like fall out. The 7 of Swords and the 2 of Swords upside down. So both of these cards are about not seeing things. This one's more about like sort of quite literally walking into something that you don't see. You know, 7 of Swords, you're sort of more far along the journey. Maybe there are like some decisions that you're making that just you're not really seeing some of the outcomes of, but also maybe there's some choices, and maybe some choices that you have, maybe specifically like between two things, and maybe there's just some stuff that you just haven't really been explicitly aware of, or maybe some things that you've been like sort of consciously ignoring from, like, I guess maybe related to romantic situations, maybe related to this crush, whoever it is. I mean, King of Wands and then the Moon reversed. So the Moon also talks about like things that are hidden. But I mean, the thing is, like, all these cards that we got, you know, the Seven of Swords, he could see. He was still, like, he could see. He was just walking into something that he wasn't really looking at. And then, in the Two of Swords, it was reversed. And so, again, it's, like, indicating that it's not entirely that she's, like, or that you're completely in the dark, maybe, about who this crush is. But maybe it's someone that you're sort of, like, you're having a hard time admitting it to yourself, or maybe not all of the facts add up, or maybe not all the facts add up because you don't have all the facts, like the Seven of Swords was talking about. But the King of Wands, I guess the King of Wands almost makes me feel like that's their energy. You know, whoever this is, I'm getting that, yeah, this is someone, maybe this is someone that you don't know super well. Maybe that's also some of the unknown energy. Maybe you guys, like, maybe this isn't someone that you know really well. Maybe this isn't like a friend that you've known or a coworker you've known. Maybe this is just someone in your periphery that you sort of know of. But it seems like they are showing up as the King of Wands. Kind of fiery. And then we also have Death card, which is Scorpio. So the King of Wands is a fire, so they could be like a fire sign, but the Death card is, yeah, that's Scorpio. But it may not be that they are any of those signs, but they may just like have that energy. And the fire sign that it's mostly really reminding me of is Leo. And Leos are they're like the center. I think, oh my god, I think Leo and Scorpio are honestly both fixed signs. And so those are signs that are both sort of very intent on where they are, or they're intent to get where they're going. And so it seems like this is someone who has their eye on you, and that's something that's really motivating them itself for them. Like, maybe you guys don't know each other that well, but it seems like just the very fact that this person like feels a certain way about you is making them like really into it. So these are, I feel like these are too many cards. These are, yeah. No, you know what? I think I am going to take them. So I'm going to take them, but I'm going to take them like kind of reversed. So I'm going to put this is the Four of Swords. So I'm going to put the Four of Swords here because I feel like this is sort of what's coming. This is sort of the energy that you're still in, you know? This is, again, more of that, like, I'm not seeing something right now energy, or I'm intentionally not seeing something right now. Like, I'm intentionally closing my eyes. And pile one had this as well. And so I think that this is someone around you who maybe they see the Ten of Cups with you. Maybe that's a little bit, gosh, I don't want to say delusional, but maybe that's like something that they're not exactly able to like say right now, because it seems like you guys don't know each other that well. It seems like maybe there's a lot of like energy between you guys. Maybe there's a lot of tension, a lot of sexual tension, but it seems like maybe not that many words have been exchanged. Not that much energy, honestly, well, not that much verbal energy. I feel like a lot of mental energy actually has been exchanged between you and this person. Ace of Wands, I'm going to put that there because I feel like this person is going to be doing stuff. They are going to be taking action towards you, like whatever that means for them. I'm getting a lot of energy all over the place with this one. Let me ground for a minute, because I'm looking at the timer, and it has not been that long. It's only been 6 minutes, and I've gotten like all 6 of the cards already, which tells me there are still more cards to come. And it also tells me that I haven't fully read into all of the energy in these cards yet, but that there still is just a lot of energy to be read. And so I'm getting that this is someone who's very emotional. Pile 1, it was someone who was really emotionally mature, but maybe they didn't have that many emotions, or they were pretty emotionally reserved. I still feel like they didn't have that many emotions. But this pile, your pile, this person definitely has a lot of emotions. They have a lot of depth to themselves. Some of that like energy of not seeing also seems like it's coming from them. It seems like maybe they have depths to themselves that maybe you don't know, you're not aware of. Maybe it's depths to themselves that they have even yet to explore. Maybe it's depths to themselves, like dark sides to themselves that they're sort of intimidated to explore, apprehensive to explore because of maybe feelings of like shame or guilt. But I'm feeling like this is a person who is very emotional. But I'm also getting that those emotions are all over the place, because my energy right now is kind of all over the place. And I mean, we're getting some strong energies from them. You know, we're getting some fiery energies, but we're also getting some, deeply emotional energies. And so what I'm getting is like sort of a person who has a lot of emotions, a lot of passions, and also a lot of like a lot of willingness and motivation to act on them just because of how strong those feelings are. But I'm also getting like maybe not a lot of channeled, direct, explicit energy from them about maybe like what it is that draws them to you, why they like you, or like what exactly they're wanting out of these next steps. It seems like they just have a lot of energy and they don't know really where to put it. And so what they're kind of doing is they're like maybe like looking at you, giving you a lot of glances. Maybe, I mean, this is giving me a lot of like honestly kind of like daydream energy, because the 10 of Cups, like again, this feels like pretty far in the like far out there, you know. It feels like you guys have yet even to find your like 2 of Cups together, you know. You guys have yet to even like really even like join in any sort of like friendship with each other. It seems like you guys still have a lot of like getting to know each other to do. It seems like you guys really don't know each other that well, but it seems like this is a person who does have a lot of feeling towards you and is very intent on acting on that. I'm going to get advice now, because I feel like the advice in your group is probably going to be some of like the more important messages, because this person, like, they definitely have a lot of energy towards you, but I guess I'm also like kind of apprehensive about that, because, you know, it seems like you guys don't know each other that well. And while there's definitely something to be said for like intuition, you know, maybe like love at first sight, things like that, there's also something to be said for feelings of attachment. Maybe, I don't want to say delusion, but maybe like infatuation. So the first card that came out, trust. Okay, so you know what that's really telling me? What trust is telling me? Trust is telling me, you know, like, this really could be different for different people. Like, maybe this is someone you don't know. Maybe this is someone in your neighborhood who you've exchanged a lot of steamy glances with, and you've like had a lot of fantasies about. And like, you know, I guess just trust your intuition, you know, like right now, if it seems good, then trust that. If someone comes at you with a lot of toxic, anxiously attached energy, like, and you're getting some red flags, trust that. This is basically like, the situation's going to be different for different people, because it really is sort of emphasized that you guys don't know each other. You don't know each other, but there are strong feelings, and so those strong feelings are either coming out of like stuff like obsession, or like needs to be in a relationship, or those strong feelings are coming out of like genuine strong feelings, like maybe genuine like intuition of like, this could be an important person in my life. But I mean, trust where you are, and trust exactly the information that you have right now too. Those were way too many cards. So basically, if this person is only making themselves out to be someone in your life who exchanges steamy glances with you, then that's all they're going to be. I feel like this person is also really stuck in their head, and so when I say that they're definitely going to be making moves, I don't know how welcomed those moves are going to be, or I don't know how aligned those moves are going to be with like what you guys are actually wanting. You know, for some of you guys, like maybe this person literally is just stuck in their dream world and they're gonna just be giving you glances, and maybe like one day they'll just like randomly say hey, and then maybe that's like as far as it goes. Or maybe this is someone who is actually willing to like come up and talk to you. But like if this is someone who's been around you for like months, and maybe like the only progress you guys have made is going from like steamy glances to saying hey, like maybe this is someone who's not ready to move faster than that. And so I guess just take this person for face value. Reflection. I feel like this situation could teach you a lot about yourself as well, because again, I'm getting a lot of strong feelings without a lot of knowledge. So this could teach you a lot about maybe your intuition. Maybe it could teach you about like signs and synchronicities. You know, like a big lesson that I sort of had to learn was the difference between seeing synchronicities as affirming something that should be happening versus synchronicities that affirm I am on just a path that is aligned with where I ultimately want to be. And the difference is, like, maybe in this moment, maybe I'm obsessed with someone and I really want things to work out with them. But maybe ultimately down the line, like, it's not them. I'm not supposed to end up with them. That's not the lesson I'm supposed to learn. Maybe I'm supposed to learn the self-growth, self-reliance, independence from being alone during this time. But so basically there's that difference, that contrast between what I want in the moment and what I also want long term, which is what's best for me, which would be someone else. So I guess just take note of, you know, wherever you are right now is where you're meant to be, and it also, reflecting on where you're meant to be is going to help you move even further along that path. Emotion. Yeah, I feel like reflect on the emotions and trust the emotions. You know, trust the emotions that you have as being your truth, but also reflect on how, like, your emotions in this situation maybe, you know, maybe you have some patterns that you want to break. Maybe you have some, like, attachment styles that you're not comfortable with, you know, like maybe you have some, like, unfulfilled need for this person to, like, validate having a crush on you because you just need that validation for some reason. Like maybe that's a parent wound, maybe that's a like childhood friendship wound or childhood partner wound, like whatever it is. I feel like this emotion's pretty, or this connection's pretty spiritual, even if it's not a connection that is meant to last and be spiritual. It's a connection that is meant to ignite a lot of spiritual lessons and spirituality within you and reflection. So basically, to sum it all up, it seems like this is someone around you who you don't know. You know of them, you've seen them, maybe you've exchanged some glances, exchanged some words, haven't really had any real substantial conversations, but this is someone maybe you feel really strongly for, they feel really strongly for, maybe you guys both fantasize about each other, but, you know, this is a crush that I guess it could make it, it could go into a full-out relationship, but only if this other person has given you clear signs that they are willing to put in the work towards that relationship instead of just towards their fantasy. I feel like this person kind of is stuck in fantasy land sometimes, and that's just making it hard for them to put in action that will actually make this relationship into a reality. Like, I feel like this person's sort of stuck in their mind, so while they're definitely going to take action towards you, I'm just kind of worried that that action is only going to go as far as steamy glances. I guess that's like almost worst case scenario, and then best case scenario is this person is, you know, able to actually approach you. But then again, with approaching you, I'm not sure if the energy is going to be there for this to be a lasting relationship, or if it's going to be a really passionate, temporary fling. That's sort of more up to, I guess, the specific individuals and almost like what you guys are both wanting. I feel like the depth is there for this relationship. There's a lot of spiritual depth, but there's also, you know, with that spiritual depth, there's a lot of the time there's fear. People feel fear. And so I feel like for some of you that fear could be a potential block, but not fear or delusion, you know. It's either the real thing or it's not the real thing, you know. That's also gonna depend on the circumstance. So that's, again, trust, you know, whatever signs this person gives you. If you guys have some absolute deal breakers and this person has some qualities that are an absolute deal breaker, trust that. But also, if there are green flags, trust that too. This is, you know, just a general tarot reading. Take everything with a grain of salt and, you know, really trust yourselves and your own experiences above all else, definitely. But I'm going to leave it right there. I hope you guys have a nice night or day whenever you guys are watching this. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to talk to you, love to hear what you guys, maybe what like readings you guys want to hear, see, what have you. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey, pile 3. If you guys chose this this beanie baby bunny, this is going to be your pile, all about who has a crush on you right now. Okay, so pile 3 spirit guides, my spirit guides of love, unconditional love. You know, I don't want the spirit guides who are going to, like, you know, maybe, I mean, right now, I don't want the spirit guides who are going to request things of us, just because I don't know if you guys are going to be able to fulfill those duties, you know? And truthfully, I don't know if I'll be able to fulfill those duties. I've had a lot of random stuff going on in my life. That's actually a good reminder, though, of me to, you know, reestablish my altar, re-engage with my spiritual practice. But regardless, just making chit chat right now. Pile 3, let's figure out what person, I don't know why I said people, maybe you guys have multiple people, but who has a crush on pile number 3? Maybe you guys got called to another pile. It's completely fair. You know, you guys can feel called to as many piles as you feel called to, basically, completely within your rights. But let's see, my spirit guides, pile 3 spirit guides. Who has a crush on pile number 3? I'm kind of surprised that no cards have come out yet. Oh, wow, and then we just have the Temperance card right now. Ooh, okay, so honestly, I'm getting good vibes from this person. The Temperance card is just, it's always pretty good vibes because it gives me the energy of the Justice card without the feeling of, you did something wrong and now karma's coming back around. You know, instead, Temperance is more like, Oh yes, the natural order is being fulfilled, balance has been restored. So I wonder what that energy is about. Let's just get more cards. And then the Empress, you guys have 2 major arcana right in a row. Okay. So I'm getting powerful energy. Guys, you guys have 3 major arcana. Did you guys see that? Let me zoom in. I'm gonna zoom in. You guys have 3 major arcana. 3 major arcana. And I'm only getting 6 cards, you guys. So Temperance, the Empress, and Lovers. Okay. Guys, you have a crush on someone that you're going to, or, I mean, you guys probably do have a crush on this person. I'm definitely getting that. This is definitely mutual, or it will be mutual. Oh my goodness, you guys have such good energy, guys. I can't even really, I'm not even getting any specific messages right now. I'm really just getting the message of like, oh my gosh, guys, like, who has a crush on you? Like, your next significant other, like your future boo. That's who has a crush on you. Judgment. Ooh. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys, all these cards that came out, and then, okay, so this is a doozy. And we got a lot of cards. We got more cards than intended, but we'll get into it. So, Temperance, Empress, the Lovers. I'm gonna put these just right down here just for now. So let's see, is this someone that they know? Is this someone that pile 3 knows? You know, I'm getting with the Lover's card, I'm getting that this is someone that you know. This is someone that you've met. You know what I'm actually feeling? I'm feeling like this is actually maybe someone that you've maybe recently gone on a date with. Maybe you have actually gone on a date with this person. Or maybe there are plans to go on a date, or maybe you guys just sort of have, maybe it's on a dating app that you guys are talking, and so it's sort of just like implied that the nature of your conversations are romantically fueled. But from these cards, what I'm getting is patience, that there was a long time coming for this. You guys waited a really long time for to come across each other. With Temperance, I'm really looking at, I'm seeing him look straight ahead and dumping out just all of the many things, many people, significant others, potential suitors that are not meant for them, and just waiting patiently for whatever is going to eventually fill that cup. And then, because I'm getting that these are the 6 main cards, and then I'm getting that there are these 2 sort of overlaying energy cards. And so the 7 of Pentacles is a card that talks about immense patience and immense, honestly, tediousness. It's someone who's had to wait a really long time, and maybe even sometimes like it feels like it's for nothing. Maybe it's someone who feels kind of almost disconnected from their goal. Maybe you've been in the dating pool, on the dating apps, in the dating world for a really long time, and there's just been absolutely 0 people that you've connected with, absolutely 0 people that have really like ignited a certain spark. Maybe there's like a relationship in your past that you were like having a hard time like finding someone else to live up to. But it just seems like it's just been a really long time of just nothing, of just disappointment and steady work, but consistent disappointment as well. The Queen of Wands again is talking about just, you know, keep your head up, keep looking forward, and keep carving your path forward. And, you know, eventually one day by putting in the work, you'll get there. And so with this energy, I'm getting almost more of like more of like a story of your two guys' romance more than a explanation of who has a crush on you. So I think that's why it took me a hot sec to acclimate to your energy, because it does seem like yeah, these cards have a lot of other energy attached to them too, because it seems like you guys, I think this is going to evolve into more than just a crush. This is going to evolve into a relationship, and this could, if you are wanting, if this is what you are intending or looking for in your next relationship, this will most likely evolve into a committed relationship, a partnership. You know, maybe this is your future spouse, significant other, what have you, life partner. But I'm getting that, yeah, for a while you had been in the dating pool, in the dating world, you'd been just chugging along in your life. Maybe with the Empress, maybe you had been pouring into your own cup. With the Lovers too, you know, like maybe juggling self-care or self-love and interpersonal love. And it seems like you have been putting in the work. You have been doing the things that you knew were right. You know, you had been listening to your head over your heart sometimes. You know, you had been listening to, yeah, these are the red flags that's my spiritual life or lesson or journey has taught me so far, or my romantic journey has taught me so far. These are the things that I'm not allowed to do. And I know that if I do give into these temptations and hook up or date or get with these types of people, I know that it will ultimately just not lead me to where I want to be, and I'll be in a worse place, or it'll be a delay until I get to where I want to be. So I might as well not be there at all. And so it seems like you have been putting in the work. And so it seems like whoever this is, I think that this is someone that you see the potential with. This is someone who has given you the green flags. It seems like the universe has bestowed this person upon you with the Judgment card. It seems like that is kind of what happened. You know, your spirit has rendered its judgment, and it has deemed you as someone who has learned all the lessons needed to be learned in order to get into a fulfilling relationship with the person that you will ultimately end up with. And so it seems like this is someone who has all of those qualities that you were looking for and none of the qualities that you were not looking for. And I think, though, something that comes along with that is, though, going to be some sort of shift. It seems like maybe you had some historical pattern of people that you sought out, that maybe you felt like you had a type. And so it seems like maybe this person is not exactly your type, but they are exactly what you want. They are everything that you want. They are full of green flags. Honestly, maybe it was even a little bit, I don't even want to say slow starting off, but maybe it wasn't an immediate love at first sight, blinded feeling of insane passion. It seems like instead it was you guys having conversation, you noticing, maybe they're not exactly my type, but this is good, this is positive, let's keep it going. And then they sort of, you know, they obviously see the potential in you. They obviously, I feel like, feel the exact same way about you as you do towards them, but I feel like you are a little bit more their type than they are your type, if I can say that. Or I guess like the instant attraction was definitely there for them, whereas it seemed like maybe it did have to grow a little bit with you. You know, it seems like their personality and who they are as a person really shined through and made you fall in love with them. And that, yeah, that's not to say this person is unattractive. This person, I don't think this person is unattractive. I think you are absolutely, you will adore this person. You will find this person so attractive. You will be so attracted to this person because you will see all that they're able to offer you, all that they do offer you. This is someone who like literally would treat you like a princess, or just basically the exact way you want to be treated in a relationship, you know? If you want to be treated like a princess, they'll treat you like a princess. If you're kind of like a little bit standoffish and you're like, no, like that's kind of cheesy, that's kind of corny, but you know, I do want a man who will like, you know, cook for me and like acts of service and like do stuff or like pay for me or stuff. They're going to show up in a relationship exactly how you want them to show up, or exactly how you would want a significant other of yours to show up. But it does seem like at first, emphasis on the at first, they liked you more than you liked them. So you definitely were still putting energy into it. You know, it wasn't like you were just icing them out, but it does seem like maybe this was a little bit of a slow burn. Maybe this is something that like built up, you know, you sort of really learned that this is a person that you could trust, a person that's dependable, a person that has all those qualities that you were looking for, a person that has the same values as you. Like, I think that that's probably really going to shock you guys the most. I think that this is a person who, if you think family is the most important thing, this person feels like family is the most important thing. If you feel like, you know what, chosen family is the most important thing, or my chosen family in my life is so important, they will also have a chosen family that is so important to them. I feel like you guys really mirror each other in your values, and I feel like that is going to be something that is really different from these other people in your life. And so if you are also sort of wanting to figure out like, okay, who could this person be, I think this is whoever is in your life, maybe that you are talking to, maybe like romantically, but maybe you're not, maybe you don't have a full blown out crush on them yet, but maybe you're getting a lot of good vibes from them. Most likely that person, you know, if there's a random person you're talking to and it's like really slow and like kind of boring and like a little bit painful, and like maybe you're like forcing yourself to talk to them because you're like, you're the only person I have to talk to right now, and I really want to fall in love right now, and I really want to fall in love ASAP. Probably not that person, you know. And this could also be an energy of like, you guys just wait, you know, like maybe this is someone who's not exactly in your life just yet. Maybe this is someone who's going to be. So I'm gonna get some advice for you right now, because like, especially if this is like a dating app type situation, or like yeah, I'm honestly really getting strongly like a dating app type situation, or maybe even just like your friends set you up with someone. I'm getting that like maybe this is going to be happening in the future. Hugs. So this is giving me like a lot of like wholesome friendship energy. This is giving me almost like yin yang energy with the star and then the circle. So I feel like you guys are really going to complement each other well. I think that your friends may actually potentially have a hand in this. You know, maybe this is someone that your friends know. Maybe this is someone your friends set you up with. Maybe this is someone that your friends have been saying they think that you would really you would really mesh well with. Maybe this is someone your friends have been wanting to set you up with, but you've been like, no, they don't seem like my type, I'm kind of apprehensive. Like, guys, go out on a limb. Trust. You know, what's the worst that happens? It's a dud. That's the worst that happens. The best case scenario is that it is really someone who at least you could make some good memories with. But no, if your friends are trying to set you up with someone and it ends up being this person, this is a relationship that will go the distance. So any other words of advice? I mean, with the hugs card, the first thing I almost wanted to say was like, you guys are gonna hug. Forgiveness. Maybe that is something that happens. Maybe you guys, I don't know, maybe there was some energy of like rejection or something, and so this could only be for some of you. Maybe for some of you actually, this is someone who like maybe you stopped talking to. Maybe this is someone you're gonna come back around to, and you're gonna have to ask for forgiveness, and you're gonna have to say like, hey, look, like, I'm sorry, I sort of didn't give this enough of a chance. I realize now that like you sort of are the type of person that I'm looking for, you know, because like hugs, like I was saying before this card came out, I was gonna say like, I don't know why you would hug this person so soon. Like maybe you do, maybe that's part of like how you guys show love to each other, but hugs and forgiveness makes me think, okay, maybe this is also for some of you someone from the past that maybe showed you some green flags. Maybe you were not in a place to recognize them as green flags. You only knew that they were not your type, and so you shut it down and moved past it. And so this honestly is saying you guys may want to revisit that person. If someone comes to mind when I'm saying this, like you guys may want to be the one to initiate that, you know, because I feel like this energy is really giving me the pile of like, you don't want to have regrets. You want to put in all of the work. You know, you've been doing that so far with your life and relationships and self-care. You need to do it with these aspects of your relationships too, you know, these other people that maybe they're not 100% your type on paper. I feel like you're being called to put in the work to see these things through still. Joy. I think this is what's waiting for you. Absolute pure joy. Like you really do have like a soulmate, like love connection waiting for you very soon. They're going to be coming into your life very, very soon. And honestly, like the sooner you are willing to act towards bringing them along, like maybe that's reaching out to this person, maybe that's talking to that person on the dating app that you've been like sort of ignoring their message for a couple days, you know, the more energy you put in, the more consistent work you put in, the quicker you're going to get to the outcome. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you really are wanting a committed relationship. Okay, pile number 3, I'm going to leave it there. Please like, comment, subscribe if you appreciated this reading. I really appreciated reading for you, and I hope to do a lot more readings, especially love-based readings. I love love. And I loved your pile. It was very cute. It was the cutest out of all 3. Don't tell any of the others. But I hope you have a nice night or day whenever you guys are watching this, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.